Good morning, everyone. It's time for today's Talkers. If you're just joining us here on Facebook Live, it's a little segment we like to do every week to talk about some fun stories that are making headlines. So I want to welcome our whole crew. We've got Chris, Kylie, and Margaret Ann here. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Good morning. Hey, everyone.
Fun stories today.
Yes, we do.
We really do. These are actually really great ones.
Gotta
today.
love this. And we're going to let a couple people jump on. I'm going to jump onto our Facebook page right now and just make sure that we are on our web live. This way we can get everyone up and ready to go. See how many people are joining us.
Yeah.
You got it up, Margaret Ann?
47 right now.
Gotta love that.
Hopefully we'll get it up a little bit more. Everybody out there maybe noticing this haze out there.
Yeah.
This is
Smoky.
crazy.
Yeah, the wildfire smoke. It's not officially one of our stories, but yeah, I think, what did we say? Several fires, 13 different states are dealing with wildfires out west.
Plus Canada.
Plus Canada, right.
Wow.
And that smoke
That's a
is
lot
getting
of smoke.
scooped up and
All
sent
of
to
it.
us.
Yes.
Kylie,
yeah.
it's a mess.
Yeah, the jet stream is dipping south. So for the Carolina region, we're looking at that haziness, that smokiness. It's going to give us some gorgeous sunrises and sunsets. You're going to see that orangish yellow tint to it. So take some photos of that because it is going to be beautiful. And actually tomorrow night we do have a full thunder moon. So it's actually going to be a special treat for us. But if you are sensitive, if you have asthma, for the elderly, the young, you just have breathing issues in general, today is not going to be the best day. You want to limit your time outdoors if you can. Stay inside, close the windows, the doors, circulate the air by turning your ACs on or a fan. Great ways to try to beat this.
Yep.
Yeah, only a couple days, so hopefully we can get back to more normal by the weekend.
Yeah, this weekend's looking a lot better.
All right, well, we've got a lot of people on here, triple digits now for people joining us. So we want to get into some of our
Morning,
talker
everybody.
stories. Yeah, good morning, everyone. We want your comments. So as we talk about these things, send us your comments online. We like to read them on the air and just kind of see how everyone's doing. First up, the story is being shared everywhere. It happened on an amusement park.
Whoa.
It's in New Jersey. Look at that.
Whoa.
This girl, oh my gosh, a seagull flew right into her face on a slingshot ride. It happened just seconds after the ride's launch. There's some good news that she's okay, and we heard also that the bird is okay. Look at that, the poor thing. Oh, we got the video from Morris Piers. Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
I wonder what scared her the most, the start of the launch of the ride or the bird?
I think the bird.
I think the bird would have scared me a lot worse.
It just grabs onto the harness there and
my
it
goodness.
just rips it away.
The two of them, the bird and the girl, both freak out. I did look into this girl a little bit because I've actually followed this story online a lot today. She is concerned about the bird. Her family has like numerous animals. They're like animal loving. Her friend, I think it was her birthday. There it is. The girl wanted to go on the ride for her friend's birthday.
Yeah.
She's done this ride before, so I think she was prepared for the ride, but not for the bird.
Hey,
No, of
and her
course
name
not.
her name is Kylie too. Did you see that?
look at that.
Did you see her name? But it's spelled different than mine. Wait for it to regenerate.
You guys,
It's coming up.
I would freak out. I don't know if you guys know this about me or not, but I do not like birds. I don't even like them being on the sidewalk. I am terrified of birds. And I probably would have just passed out.
You might have.
Oh my gosh. Well, apparently
right
she was
there,
like
yeah.
trying to
Yeah,
explain to
we
her
know.
friend, like shouting to her friend what just happened to her, and her friend couldn't hear and wanted nothing to do with it because her friend was like about to be sick on the ride. I mean, I probably would have been too.
Her friend was probably just so focused on the ride, she didn't know what was going beside her. What was
just
going on?
rips
Oh my
it off,
gosh.
too.
Michael Owens online is saying it's a brave girl to just be able to move it right off her, like grab it and go.
Right.
Well, what else were you going to do?
Right.
I mean, that's quick reaction. Just leave it. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Wait for it to fly away.
Oh man, such a funny thing there. All right,
goodness.
so Charlie's
here's-
asking us about when we're going to talk about real news. Charlie, newsflash, this is our talkers. We don't really do big news on this little setup. We just do like, the
Fun
funny
stuff.
stories. So if you want the real news, go to foxcarolina.com.
This is real news.
Or wait till 10. We're on 10.
Hey, on a
Get
10,
at
there's that too, right?
Wait. This is my favorite story coming up. Can we move along now?
Yeah,
from
move
the
along.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Okay, so next up is dictionary.com has just added 300 new words. And this morning we are really thoroughly enjoying reading through them. They include slang words like yeet, oof, and y'all even made the list. Some of the added words were due to the pandemic. The word long hauler is a new term that defines someone who experiences symptoms or health problems that linger. And another interesting one, ZADDY. Anyone want to try to guess what that one means?
Oh my
Let's
gosh.
see if our viewers
Just
can,
put up a picture of
can
Chris
guess.
Scott. You'll see what Zaddy is. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris
seriously,
kind of
though.
dubbed himself as ZADDY.
Okay, so
Just
first
teasing.
of all, oof.
Yeah.
Oof. What is this?
When
oof?
I never
Okay,
did figure that one
so
out.
I say oof, and I think it's a Midwestern thing because instead of saying like oops or something, I feel like sometimes I'm like oof, sorry.
Oh.
I'll do that if I maybe like bump into somebody accidentally. Like, oof, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll have to look to see if that's what it
I just
actually
thought it
does
was a
mean
sound
though.
people made.
I'm
I didn't
gonna
know it
Google
was
Well, that's what I'm
an
saying.
actual
Like if you
Oof.
run into someone or like
Yeah.
something by accident, like oof, sorry.
Yeah. And we
We
did
need to
figure
see
out
what the
what.
actual definition is though.
Oof is expressing discomfort as from sudden exertion or a blow to one's body. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm right.
Yeah.
Like
Oof.
you bump into somebody. Oof.
Yeah.
This happens in the Midwest a lot. I hear a lot of people say it, so maybe it's a Midwestern thing.
I like it.
And
Have
yeet, we figured out what that was, right?
Yeah.
It was like an excitement, something about a dance move or something.
It's like the exclamation point, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeet
something
is like an
that.
excitable statement.
like woo.
Wait, have Kylie, coming from the north recently, I know Nicole's from the north as well, but coming from the north recently, have you gotten used to y'all?
Oh yeah.
I catch myself saying it a few times. I'm now, people say it here all the time,
Yeah.
and I take
It's
it
just
in.
so easy. It's such an easy one to fall into.
It is.
And I'm
it
still
is.
surprised it hadn't been in the dictionary for over 50 years or
Agreed.
longer.
I am too.
I'm
We've been saying
still-
it forever.
Chris, I'm still waiting on yaint to show
Yank.
up in the dictionary.
Yank?
Yaint.
You ain't, yeah,
What
you
is
ain't.
yank?
Yank
Yank.
or ain't?
If you ain't here,
Yank.
you're over there.
That's
Yeah,
the
if
point.
you ain't here, you're over there. So
Yeah. Yank.
they have
Oh,
a
good word. I thought about yank.
Okay, but we have to define zaddy because that's the best one.
Chris
Anyone?
already said that was him.
I mean,
Chris
you're
said
looking,
it's a
you're
picture
looking
of
at,
him.
You're looking at Zaddy.
An attractive,
I am your zaddy.
stylish man. Like that's a zaddy.
That's right.
That
See?
is-
Oh, and actually, I think the definition partly is
If anyone
a
knows what he's
slightly
not-
older.
And look at all 200
attractive
people on
man.
Facebook are going, are you kidding me?
No, let's see what the comments are saying.
You are
look
kidding
at
me?
those.
You're a zaddy? Are you joking?
Oh my gosh.
Wait, who
Oh.
said that?
Crazy.
No, we're not. We're,
No, I think Chris just made that up, right?
Oh.
He's not actually looking at the comments. We're gonna like, wait a second.
okay, well, let's get to our final story. Chris, you want to take this one?
Sure, yeah. Well, if you always wanted to take a cruise around the world, it's happening for some people. Tickets for the Regent 2024 World Cruise went on sale last week, but sold out in just 3 hours. That cruise is a 5-month-long trip around the world. The fare started at more than $73,000 per
Yikes.
person and went as high as $200,000 a person. Now, the Seven Seas Mariner will set sail January 6th, 2024. It's going to stop at 66 ports and 31 countries. And I'll tell you that, I mean, for that price from $73,000 to $200,000 for 5 months, I don't
It
know.
better be all inclusive.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Cruise
Yeah, I'm
ships
sure it
are.
has to be.
They
Yeah.
are all inclusive, which is great. But this one, you have to wonder. Okay, so the what is it? The Regent Mariner?
Yeah,
yeah.
something
How
like
many
that.
rooms and like how many tickets do they sell? Because
That's what- I
that
wanna,
is
like,
a
look up more on
lot
this.
of money.
Yeah.
It's so much money, but it's
That
a
much money
5-month
per-
cruise. So
but yeah, so it
you can
kinda
spend
evens
several
out.
$1,000s. I mean,
long.
listen, we've got some really great, like cheap, like cruises, 3-day, 4-day cruises out of Charleston sometimes.
Yeah, you
out
get
of
those
Florida
for a lot
sometimes.
less,
You
yeah.
can get some real good ones. But this is a great way to see the world.
I wonder what's special about it other than getting off on the seas for 5 months and seeing 66 ports. That's awesome.
I'm sure it's loud.
But
What else
anything
is good? I mean,
Well,
they have entertainment on these cruise ships. They've got singers and
Yeah.
performers. They've got amazing food.
would
I
need
went
a
on a
break.
cruise twice, once a long time ago and then once a few years ago. But Guy Fieri actually had like a food booth of all of his specialties.
Oh,
wow.
that's neat.
He wasn't on the cruise, but like he showed people how to make his stuff. It was like the
Ah.
coolest thing. So
That's
they have
so
stuff like
funny.
that, like real specific, real high, quality stuff.
So
I mean,
I
some of
guess-
it's like, buffet line.
I guess the
but-
question is, and to you guys as well as everybody, all of our viewers right now, would you, if you had this money,
Yeah.
and you had the money to spend, would you go?
Yes.
Yeah,
5 months is
traveling.
long, Chris.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
5
long,
months is
but
long.
You almost want to maybe spread it out and say like, hey, I'll do, a cruise on the Mediterranean one
Yeah.
year for 3 weeks, and then the next
Yeah.
year maybe go do something else. But at that point, you're paying for a ton of flights.
Yeah,
Like,
5
yes.
months on
Yeah.
a cruise ship is a long time.
5 months on a cruise
Yeah.
ship is a long
Yeah,
time. We've listened
it
to
is.
what we've heard of people retiring on cruise ships because sometimes the cost can actually be less than like a retirement home.
Oh, wow.
People like with the all-inclusive food, and there's like a doctor
that.
on
Oh,
board.
that's interesting.
Yeah, I've heard of
Huh.
that, so it's interesting.
It's
Shira,
also
Shira says, "Oof."
yeah. It's also really interesting that they're doing this and releasing all of this when a lot of the cruises, I know they're picking back up. I know travel's picking back up, but
Yeah.
it's interesting that they're doing all
Well-
of this when we're still pretty much in a pandemic.
cruise
I mean, we're
doesn't
still in
happen
a
till
pandemic, not in
2024,
the
though.
middle, but in.
Yeah, it's
2024 is when this cruise goes
So
on.
that's- yeah, that's a
okay,
while.
So
okay.
people had to
My
buy
bad.
their tickets
I missed
now, or
that.
at least I guess put something down.
Yeah.
Let's
I don't
hope
know.
it's over.
But
Well, we know-
2024, we better be back to normal.
Yeah. Well, we know the cruise cabins can be pretty small, so you better go with someone that
That you really love.
that you really love. Yeah.
Well, it's
You can
sold
tolerate.
out no matter how you no matter how you look at it. So I mean, there's
Yeah.
no room for anybody out there anyway.
Oof.
Oof and yeet. We're going to do that all day now. All right, Zaddy, take us home.
Yeet, 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 y'all.
Remember, everyone, join us every morning from 4:30 to 9 on The Morning News. We're also on at 10, so if you want the hard news, the breaking stories of the day, you can catch that in
Who's your
just under
zaddy?
an hour.
Who's your zaddy?
Have a good day,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.